So with a few other families, we were in a small group together, and we were living life, and we were meeting together, and we were struggling to find a church that fit exactly what we wanted. And so we were like, this is what church should be like.
We left our previous church and we were looking for lots of different churches that we would fit in well with. For many different reasons, we were not able to find and say like, man, we really feel like we're a part of the church family there. So in our experience, it really seemed natural just to say, hey, we want to start a church.
The Cavitts were like, we're going to do this. And at first we told them no. We were like, oh, like a church plan's a ton of work. I don't want to be part of that. And then started it, and it was crazy. At the beginning, it was like, we met at the Children's Museum. We met in the birthday party room at the back of the Children's Museum, and the kids were in heaven because just like crazy chaos everywhere, kids running around.
So we just started letting people we know that we were doing it, and we just started collecting more and more families, where at some point we were like, oh, this is kind of a lot of people. How did this happen? Mm-hmm. But I just think they were looking for what we were looking for also.
We were meeting in the Children's Museum, and that was our initial place of worship and study and gathering, and we grew there. But then we outgrew that room that was there. And so then when we were looking around for a place, there wasn't anything really readily available. And so the Art Museum opened up its doors, and on Sunday morning, we were able to worship in the big hall of the Art Museum. And that was really, really nice. But we had seen this place, and it had been sort of deserted for about 12 years. But what we loved, one, was it was a church. It was a building meant to do ministry out of.
But there was so much potential. Oh man, the huge windows, the natural light, the history in the building.
The previous church that was here was Westminster Presbyterian. They started in 1890. They built this building in 1911. And then they had a more elderly congregation. They closed down in 2005. And now we're in the process of restoring this building. It was a lot of work. It has been so rewarding and so amazing to see what God has actually done in this area.
So I think one of the things that we knew from the beginning is that we all needed more grace in our lives. So even as we were thinking about who our pastor would be, as we kind of were moving from just being a little Bible study to a church, we knew we needed to find someone who just taught grace all the time.
I wanted to see a church that was interested in not only just being comforted by the gospel each week, but also desiring to give that gospel in their life. How do we live it? How do we speak it? How do we offer it out? And that's who I am, and found this group to be that. And so it was a great match for me to come to Riverside.
Our pastor is just amazing to hear what we don't deserve, and that we're able to receive that freely.
After about a year and a half, 2 years of going from church to church, kind of looking for something, I was just kind of frustrated and went online and found their website. We came in and it was great. It was just what we were looking for.
I've gone to a lot of great churches in the past. I think what set apart Riverside to me was that the second I walked in, it wasn't like you could just kind of sneak in the back and be unseen and then just kind of leave afterwards. But there was constantly people like pursuing you and just wanting to know who you were, and they were excited to see new faces. I think I just could see the Lord's love through them, like just from walking in on the first day I came here.
To me, Riverside is kind of gets the whole picture more authentically.
You just feel super connected to the church as soon as you walk in.
It's more like, oh, you believe in God. You believe that Jesus died on the cross for your sins. Great. We're here for you. Or, oh, maybe you don't, but you want to learn about it. Great. We're here for you.
We just want to be able to, bring in people who have not, had a good experience at church, and that they want to come in and hear what the gospel actually means.
People notice if I'm not there, and they're texting me during the service, are you sick? Are your kids sick? Why aren't you here? Are you out of town? It's just lovely to be a part of a small community like that, where people know you by name, they know your kids, they know what's going on in your life.
We could have started a church in a different place, but to this, it just really felt like God was calling us to be able to start a church in downtown Beaumont.
I'm thrilled to be here in Beaumont. I'm thrilled to be coming alongside this group and just looking forward to what the Lord will do with us.